doing with wildlife and conservation and preservation in the area.
Leanne, thank you very much indeed. We're in the Bakhatla Kafela traditional area, and to tell us a little bit more, I'm now joined by Kgosi Pilane. Thank you so much for joining us. This conference is taking place in your backyard, as it were, so an important gathering for you. What does it mean for you and your people?
Let me start by welcoming you to the humble mountains of Pilanesberg. To us, it's important. It emphasizes that tourism is an industry that needs to be supported heavily in the industry. And obviously, because we're talking biodiversity, that goes with it, definitely.
So you have around 350,000 people that look up to you and have a lot of expectations in terms of their lives getting better and improving. Tell us, when you look at, this industry, when you look at biodiversity, when you look at transformation, what are you hoping for your people?
I think the biggest transformation is actually within the different industries, finding a way to work together. There are two levels. Yes, there's a transformation in terms of economic development, but also as people welcoming one another in industries. We were fortunate as a nation that we were given these beautiful mountains, which, attracts biodiversity and conservation. But also, we were lucky as well to have minerals. Now, the question is, who should come first? And that's the challenge that I'm sure in the news you've seen, that there are issues that are being addressed with PPM in terms of water user license. And to us, we're saying that let's get out what can go out and begin to rebuild and coexist in the area, beautiful as we have here. So our people are hoping that these industries should stop fighting. We should move to a point where the first that we put in our line is people getting employment, and afterwards extending the economy to an everlasting, which is biodiversity and tourism. I mean, mining is temporary. They come and go. Now post-mining, we should move into a state of rebuilding our environment and ensuring that, people live sustainably in the future.
All right, let's talk about, as black people, we have traditional values and a traditional way of doing things. How do we now marry that cultural heritage with this new order, as it were? Because, as you say, we use words like biodiversity and wildlife parks. How do we move from where we're coming from to embrace this new way?
Look, bio is life in its essence. And I'm sure, as you are aware, we've got a legend that's staying with us here, Meg Grace Masuku, who has championed the interlink between modernity and traditionalism, so to speak. I mean, we've got an IKS, which is Indigenous Knowledge System, here as one of our key projects that we are doing, because we believe that we can't forget the past. We need to know where we come from for us to be able to move into the future. So biodiversity, yes, it is important. Yes, it's about life. I'm sure everyone can remember that in the past, Africans used to live in harmony with nature. We never exhausted the resources that we have, and that's where we need to go. And we need to find a way, as I was saying earlier on, of coexisting in all of this. So biodiversity should not be something that people are scared of. It should be something that we enhance. We should find a way of cattle, coexisting with your wildlife. And in that way, then people begin to know that wildlife is value. It can create value. It can create employment, because modernity has brought in an opportunity to begin to export meat, and all of that. Interestingly, someone was saying maybe if we begin to feed our animals with moringa, they'll begin to gain weight and all of that. And that's the essence of biodiversity. We are fortunate here. We've got a farm we call Lebatlane. We have started the process of investigating what traditional or natural medicinal plants are there. And that's the way to go, because there are some of the animals that eat medicinal plants. And in our tradition, they begin to heal. If you eat that animal, you get healed. So we have to coexist with nature, and that's the beauty of it all.
Well, we certainly look forward to seeing how this evolution happens. As you say, much of it actually has been what we've been doing for many, many centuries anyway. Kgosi Pilane, thank you very much indeed for your time.
All right, thank you, Ntate. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, so that's where we're going to leave this conversation for the time being, but it is quite clear that biodiversity is certainly one of the key pillars that are going to help rejuvenate the economy in this part of the world and give numerous opportunities to the locals. But let's go back to the studio as we wish all of the people here the very best of luck in the next couple of days with their all-important conference.